So for today's upload, I used to work at a park in Aurelia, Ontario called Geneva Park. And it was a campground. There were staff there during the summer and during the fall, but I was part of summer staff. And so people would rent cottages there and we would run programming. And so two things. Number one, for today's song, we performed this many times during kind of the Friday night talent show up at Geneva Park for the cottagers. And so I'm going to be singing With or Without You by U2 today. But also, I worked in the children's program at Geneva Park, and one of the games that we used to play with the kids was called Two Truths and a Lie. So as the name would indicate, you say three things about yourself. Two of them are true and one is a lie. And the kids would have to guess which one was the lie. So I thought I would get ready this morning. And after I sing, while I get ready, I will talk about, or I will play Two Truths and a Lie, and then I'll let you know afterwards which one is actually the lie. So I hope this is fun. I hope just that it lets you get to know a little more about me. And I should already let you know that I have the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector Liquid in Pearl and Champagne Pop. I just took a pump of each and put it on my face, and I just have the start of the Anastasia foundation stick in shadow, and I'm just going to start blending that in. But yeah, it's just a chatty get ready with me while I play Two Truths and a Lie. And so it's not so much about the products today, but just about the chatting and the getting ready. So I hope that you enjoy. See the stone set in your eyes, see the thorn twist in your side, and I wait for you. Sleight of hand and twist of fate, on a bed of nails she makes me wait, and I wait without you, with or without you, with or without you. Through the storm we reach the shore, you give it all, but I want more, and I'm waiting for you, with or without you, with or without you. Oh, I can't So I hope that you enjoyed that rendition of U2's With or Without You. Now that song, when I sing it, just the nostalgia hits, my heart swells. We sang that almost every Friday night for the cottagers. Each week, typically, unless groups were staying for more than 1 week, each Friday it would be a new group. And I love that song. It brings back such amazing memories, and just the music when I hear it. Oh. Anyways, okay. So yeah. So now on to Two Truths and a Lie. Number 1. So I'm going to do this in little sections of 3 as I get ready. I have 3 daughters and 1 son. Number 2. My husband and I met at the first school that I worked at. And number 3, I am the youngest child in my own family. So I'll give you a second to think about those. You can try to decide which one I'm lying about. And I will now tell you. So what I am lying about is that I have 3 daughters and 1 son. So I only have 2 daughters, Elise and Jolene, and I have 1 son, Laszlo. And Elise is 10, Jolene is 7, and Laszlo is 4. So that was the lie. My husband and I actually did meet at the first school that I worked at. He worked in the portable next to my portable, and he would always come and visit, but don't think anything too exciting. He visited everyone, but I just used to take it to mean a lot more and thought he must like me so much because he visits me all the time. But then I found out he just is a very social butterfly, and he likes to visit everyone and chat with everyone. So long story short, we hung out for quite some time in a platonic sense. We were friends. And then we both just decided we kind of wanted more, and we had stronger feelings for each other. So we met in 2004, we were married in 2007, and we've been together ever since. So my husband is also an elementary school teacher, although he prefers the junior grades, which are grades 4 to 6. And while I love all ages for teaching, my heart is in primary. I love kindergarten to grade 2/3. Just what you deal with in those grades is something else, in the sense that it's hilarious. It makes me want to get up and go to work every day when I do go physically to a building to work. Okay, number 2. I was the homecoming queen at my university. I have had/removed 4 piercings from my facial region. And I taught English in Japan for a year. So I will give you a moment to try to decide which one of those is the lie. And I will now tell you that the lie is that I taught English in Japan for a year. I did teach English for a year, but it was in South Korea. I visited Japan and I visited China, but I lived in South Korea. So that was the lie, but I did teach English for 1 year in South Korea. With regards to the other statements that I made, I actually was the homecoming queen at my university. I went to the University of Western Ontario, which I believe the name changed to Western University now, but I was homecoming queen in my first year. And I will tell you that one of the ways in which I won the competition for that was a little something I like to do called singing with my mouth closed, and I will do that for you now. E-I-E-I-O, and on his farm he had a duck. E-I-E-I-O, with a clack clack here and a clack clack there, here a clack there, a clack here, a clack clack. Oh, we thought he had a farm. E-I-E-I-O. And I'll tell you, my kids at school love it when I do that. But I did do that during the competition to become homecoming queen. So, okay, now on to the next one. All 3 of my children were born via C-section. Part of my name is courtesy of Elvis Presley. I love every single fruit, and vegetable. So those were my 3 for you to guess right now. Any idea? I will tell you that the first one was a lie. All 3 of my children were not born via C-section. So my first child, Elise, who is now 10, she came at 34 weeks and 5 days, I believe. So she was premature, but she was born the good old-fashioned way, just premature. And actually, I'll let you know, there was no reason that was determined afterwards that she came early. She just did. And she is thriving in her 10th year of life, bold as ever, sassy as ever. But yeah, so she was born good old-fashioned way. And as I said, I have students of mine that watch this, so I don't want to necessarily say what the good old-fashioned way is, which is why I keep referring it to it as such. Okay, so next, part of my name is courtesy of Elvis Presley. So my dad told me that when he was 13, he decided that if he ever had a boy, he wanted to name his child Elvis. I was not born a boy. He said also that he had always decided from a very young age that if he ever had a girl, he wanted to name her Christine with a K. And so that happened. But because I was not a boy and I needed some form of Elvisness to me, my middle name is Lisa Marie, after Elvis Presley's daughter. So Christine Lisa Marie Lamonde. And I actually quite like my name. You know how some people don't like their name? I do, because I find that it kind of has that la 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 sense to it, you know? Christine Lisa Marie Lamonde. There's lots of la's in there. There's lots of L's. I just like the way my name sounds, which also is part of the reason that I kept my maiden name. So Lamonde is my maiden name. And it is Métis, which is a combination of French and Canadian Indigenous, which Ojibwe mixed with French is my Métis background. And I just love the name Lamonde. I don't hear it often. And so as much as I love my husband, all the kids have his last name. But I started teaching with Lamonde. I love the name Lamonde, and so even after I got married, I assumed his last name on documents, but I kept the name Lamonde because I like it. So there you go, a little background information. My 4th set of 2 truths and a lie. I have a university degree in French. Just gonna wipe my hands on my wipe here. I have an American bulldog. His name is Hannibal. And lastly, I have my grade 8 piano, which means I was examined and assessed on my piano skills, and I am at a grade 8 level. Take your time on that one. And I am wiping my hand in between, just so you know. Figured it out yet? The lie is that I have my grade 8 piano. I love piano. I took lessons when I was younger. However, I just never made it to my grade 1 exam, and so I don't even have my grade 1. I can read some music. I know the basic notes, but if you put a book in front of me and there's right hand, left hand, I couldn't necessarily do that. But I do love to play by ear. So yeah, that is the lie. I never even made it to my grade 1 piano exam. I'll talk about the other ones. So the university degree, my university degree is French with English. So you learn something new every day. I love French. I've always loved French. In school, there are many people that cannot stand French. In the States, you take Spanish, I believe, but here in Canada, we take French. And I never could understand those people that hated French. I loved it. I took it all through high school. I even took extra credits in French in high school. And then once I got to university, I just loved it so much. And I knew I wanted to go into teaching. And here in Canada anyways, if you do have some experience in French. It's an added bonus for when you want to get hired. And so I took my French and got my degree in French with a minor in English. What was my other one? Oh, the bulldog. So yeah, so we love bulldogs, my husband and I, and this is our second bulldog. Our first one passed away shortly after my son was born, and his name was Atreyu from the Neverending Story. So when we got this, our bulldog that we got just after my son was born, soon after our first one passed away, we wanted a name that instilled fear in all those who heard it. And for people that are familiar or unfamiliar, Hannibal is Dr. Hannibal Lecter from Silence of the Lambs. And as I've said many times in my uploads, horror is my jam. And so Silence of the Lambs, yes, thank you. We were also thinking of Vader at the time, but we wanted our dog to have a villain's name. And so we ended up going with Hannibal. And we quite like it. So that is the truth. Okay, so this is my last one. My fifth set of two truths and a lie. The character trait in myself that I am most proud of is my drive or my determination. My favorite meat is pork. And lastly, I have one best friend. I'll give you a moment to think about that. So, if you picked that I have one best friend as the lie, you're incorrect, because I do have one best friend. And let me elaborate on that a little bit. But do you want to know what the lie was? The lie was that my favorite meat is pork. I cannot stand pork chops. I can't stand pork chops at all. And for me, meat preference has a lot to do with texture. And I may, in my life, have taken one bite of a pork chop and never touched it again. And the reason is because pork chops, to me, are very grizzly. And the meat just bounces. I have, since I was very young, referred to certain meats as bouncy meat. And for me, pork is a very bouncy meat. Now, I like bacon, but I like it burnt like nobody's business. Not to the point where it's carcinogenic or anything like that, but just crispy. I don't like bouncy, floppy bacon. But yeah, pork chops was the lie. So on to the other thing. Friend. I have always had lots of groups of friends, and I haven't had problems making friends. But because I've, had so many different working environments and school environments throughout my life, I haven't necessarily stayed friends with the same groups of people. Close friends, I mean by that. Acquaintances, yes. If I saw them out in the street, I would absolutely say hi and catch up. But close friends, no. So my best friend, actually, good timing for this video, I met at Geneva Park, and her name is Sam, and she is amazing. She is thoughtful, she is kind, she is so friendly, she's outgoing. She has a million friends, and there's no wonder why, because she's a great person. But yeah, Sam is phenomenal, and I consider myself very lucky to have her as a best friend. And then what else I told the truth about was that my drive. That is the character trait I'm most proud of. I don't like to be told no. I'm respectful of the word. However, I don't like to be told no. If you tell me I can't do something or it's not possible, I'm going to keep trying until it really, really is 100% impossible. But yeah, I'm a very driven person, and I'm proud of that. So I hope that you enjoyed today's upload. The look was just a get ready with me look, very natural, very glowy. At home schooling today, walking the dog. I hope you have a wonderful day. If you'd love to play Two Truths and a Lie, I'd love to see if I can guess your lies and learn a little bit more about you. Again, I hope you have a great day. Take care and stay strong. Bye.